Alrighty, we are back, and today we find ourselves up against another Twitch streamer, except this time the goal is to mentally break him to encourage him to play without the cheese. Will we succeed? Well, there's only one way to find out. Enjoy. Alright, let's see what we've got in store. His guard is high, so let's go for the body. Okay. He's already overthinking. And here we go, the diagonal dodge. But listen, he's a Twitch player, so that is to be expected. But today is a very special day. I think it overlooks this specific match because this will be the final day for many of us that we play the early access version of Undisputed. So what that means is things like this, for example, the stationary lead hook. There is the chance that maybe these things have been fixed in version 1.0. But let's first discuss our Twitch friend. Today we're going up against iMenace Gaming. He has that typical Twitch Mortal Kombat or Tekken style of playing the game, where they take advantage of mechanics which Steel City themselves have acknowledged need fixing. Now he's using Ryan Garcia. He has an overall rating of 84, so it's not that much of a discrepancy. And I've got to say, he seems like a good guy. But pay close attention to the following combination. So I land a power straight and the jab. Garcia follows up with the body uppercut, a body hook, a lunging hook, a stationary hook, and he attempts to finish with a backstep hook. Now anyone who can memorize combinations like this, listen, my hat goes off to you. But when you consider that the official launch will introduce the ability to have more free-flowing combinations, I'm slightly concerned, but we'll get into that in a second. He's really going for that body. Oh, that was nasty. Beautiful. Sit your ass down.
I wasn't even hurt though. I wasn't even hurt. He don't do knockouts like that. Fuck you talking about.
I land knockouts like that all the time. Look at this. Multiple hooks. Whoop, we were lucky there. He used the diagonal dodge, but obviously there was a bit of latency, so I caught him just before. And we see now he's circling off. Clearly hurt. But listen, as Kevin Kelly, we don't have the best stamina, so let's save that energy for the next round.
Nice.
I think that's the first time a Twitch player has given me a sign of respect. It's more common that they play the victim when I call them out on their cheese. And that is a good trait to have, man. It goes a long way. You know, stepping out of your ego is the best way to improve. Plus, it's a good look overall for Twitch players. Alright, he's doing a lot of circling, and I think he's struggling because he's switched stance. So you see that stationary hook that he keeps on throwing, it doesn't have the same speed and power that it has in orthodox stance. And by the way, this is the huge advantage of mastering the southpaw stance. Look, he's wasting his stamina. Beautiful. Now he made a big mistake switching to southpaw. A lot of players do struggle with my southpaw style, so we'll let him live this time. Switching to southpaw yourself when it's something you're not used to, it's not very smart. And we see that shift in his playstyle now. At first he was stringing together these long combinations. We gotta take advantage of these whiffing shots. Beautiful. Game is bugged, but we actually got the knockout. So in this round, let's showcase how to utilize the jab. And what we're gonna do, since the feinting system is so bad, is rely on our feet to set up feints. We're also gonna keep our guard down, which puts us in danger, but we want to encourage him to throw first. That way we have strikes to counter. But of course, in order to find success with that, you need to be able to measure your distance. Beautiful. And you see there, I'm just able to stay just outside of range of his strikes. And we see he's confused.
Hey, what the
I was thinking that they hot.
Now, I don't just have to stay just outside of range. We can also lean back like this. But honestly, I'm not a big fan of the leaning back. You know, no one in real life stands still like an immovable object.
I'm just not picking up on it.
So as he said, he's not able to pick up on my movement. And you can see we're just completely picking him apart. He's barely able to touch me, and that's making him throw wild shots.
Why can't I catch that distance? No, this is actually insane. How come I can't catch that distance?
And that is the key benefit of constantly playing against people who capitalize on the broken mechanics in the game. You'll hear many content creators claim to be the best, but yet they refuse to play against those who cheese the game. So when they get starched, they blame it on cheese. Whereas the more you play against it, the better you'll get. My opponent is so flustered, there's just nothing he can do. Look at that. Now we're not going to take him out just yet. We want him to experience, a little bit of pain, some conflict.
Tight. W fighter.
So on the round that I plan to take you out, I'll give you a bow.
Wait, what? How'd you get that low? How'd you get that low? Oh.
So for this round, I plan to systematically take him out. So let's try and encourage him to throw the jab. There you go. Let's see if he picks up. There you go.
Bro, I need you to be my coach, brother.
But like I said, he's a nice guy. But yeah, it's time for me to take him out. There you go. He's using the jab.
I know you playing.
And listen, fair play to iMenace Gaming. He's yet another Twitch player where his style is heavily influenced by other Twitch players. You know, I never get the impression that these guys are fans of boxing. And I'm not saying all of them, but in general, they're a tight-knit community who are trying to establish a career in streaming, and you can't knock the hustle. Now, the main issue I have with them, because it's a lot of them who do this, is when they spend 8 hours a day cheesing the core player base, because that's essentially how you kill the online community. Now, just like the previous round, he's really struggling to catch me. Look at the poor guy's face. That's a broken man right there.
I can't touch you. That is insane. I literally cannot touch you.
And this is what I do to a lot of players, by the way, because rather than quit or get knocked out, you have to experience that mental fatigue. In a few seconds, you're going to see what it is to be a broken man. He looks away from the game. He puts down the gamepad and mentally accepts defeat. Now, I've only knocked the man down 3 times, so he can actually get up.
No, please. Fuck!
Nah, no one's believing that one, my boy.
I did that. I need to do better.
I need to do better. Those are the words of a winner. So a big shout out to iMenace Gaming. Do make sure to go follow him on Twitch. Now, before we go, let me offer you my thoughts on the future of Undisputed. Now, it's pretty obvious that the game will get released with new features, which have yet to be stress tested by the community, which means, as I said earlier, there will be a ton of new exploits popping up. If you are a content creator or Twitch streamer who genuinely cares about the long-term progression of this game, don't take advantage of those exploits. Instead, report them to Steel City Interactive. If you're someone who prioritizes winning over fixing the game, when you spam players with broken exploits, you discourage them from playing online long term. And the same applies to the content creators who claim in their titles that the footage looks amazing and overreact to other people's videos. Truth be told, it's the new camera angle which makes things look better. Fighters are still able to spam with the same arm. The gameplay itself still leaves a lot to be desired. Of course, you can do whatever you want to do, but for those who aren't in this simply to be first or feed their family, I think it's really up to us to set a good example for the new player base to come. A big thank you to everyone who has subscribed. Let me know in the comments section what your expectations are for Undisputed 1.0. Have a great week. Take care. Peace.
Mindful, put my heart on my sleeve.